Hello everyone, welcome back to Fluency Track. I am Biswajeet and today I have a challenge for you. Can you keep a conversation going for 5 whole minutes without preparing any sentences? Most of the reader may say no, but what if I tell you, you just need 15 simple words to do it? Yes, only 15 WH words can help you speak English confidently with anyone. Sound interesting, right? Then stay with me because by the end of this video, you will discover a speaking technique that most of the fluent speaker use in their everyday life. So let's begin. So let's discuss about those 15 powerful WH words. The words are what else, who else, whom, whose, which, where, when, why, how else, how far, how long, how many, how much. So these are the 15 words that will help you to speak English more confidently. Don't worry, you don't have to remember all of these. We are not going to memorize them. We are going to use them in our everyday life. So now let's talk about the first one of them. That is what? The magic of what? Imagine you are meeting a person for the first time. What will you ask them first? Maybe, what is your name? What do you do? What are your hobbies? Did you notice something here? One word. What? What opens the conversation for everyone? Now, if the other person replies, I love traveling, don't stop asking question. You ask, what else do you enjoy? See, that's the magic of what else. What else keep the conversation alive? So here is a fluency tip for all of you. A fluent speaker do not ask a single question. They ask the next question again and again. So let's learn about the next word. Meet people with who. Let's play a quick game. I will ask, you will answer. Ready? Who is your favorite teacher? Who inspired you? Here you see who always refers to a person, right? Now, who else inspired you? Who else is your favorite teacher? Here, who else naturally extend the conversation, right? Now, one interesting point. You may hear the word whom. For example, whom did you meet yesterday? But in everyday English, many people say, who did you meet yesterday? Both are correct. So don't worry if you use who instead of whom. Right. Now, finally we have whose. Whose mobile is this? Whose pencil is this? So here, whose always ask question about ownership. Right. By moving further, we have discover places and time. By, where and when. Let me ask you some question. Where do you live? Where would you like to travel? Where did you learn English? You see, where always ask about a place. Similarly, next question. When did you start learning English? When will you achieve fluency? That's an interesting question, right? Hopefully soon. So here, when always ask question about time. That's the uses of where and when. Up next, we have the most powerful word why. This is my favorite one. Why are you learning English? Think about your answer. Not mine, yours. The stronger your why, the stronger your motivation. Whenever you ask why, people will give you stories, long explanations instead of giving one word answers. That's how real conversation begins. Here comes the king of questions. How? The king of question, how? Just look at its power. How are you? How did you do it? How can I improve my English? How does this machine work? Just one word, but hundreds of possibilities. That's why how is called the king of questions. Now, let's make it even stronger by adding else. How else? How else can we improve your English? How else can we solve this problem? See the difference? How else add more meaning to how. That's why it is also very important. Up next, we have four questions we need in our everyday life. The questions are how far? How far is the airport? So, how far is used to ask about distance. How long? How long have you lived here? How long is about duration, time. How many? How many books do you have? And how many? It is all about countable things. How much? How much does this cost? How much? How much is always about uncountable things and prices. So what did we learn here? How many and how much. Many is for countable things and much is for uncountable. That is the thing that we learn from here, right? Now, since we have learned the 15 WH words, let's use them in a real life conversation. Suppose you met someone for the first time, how will you interact with them? Let's do it. You may say, what do you do? Where do you work? How long have you worked there? Why did you choose this job? Who inspired you? Which hobby do you like the most? What else do you enjoy? How often do you travel? Did you notice something? No complicated grammar, no difficult vocabulary, only smart questions. That's exactly how conversation happens naturally. Here is a speaking challenge for you. I will ask you questions and you will answer them aloud. Let's choose any topic. For example, my best friend. Ready? What is your friend's name? Where does your friend live? When did you meet? Why do you like your friend? Who else is close to your friend? Which game do you play together? How long have you known your friend? How many times do you meet your friend every month? How much time do you spend together? Congratulations! You have practiced almost every important WH words. Here is today's biggest takeaway. Most learners think fluency comes from learning more words. Not really. Fluency comes from asking better questions because questions create conversation build confidence, and confidence bring fluency. That's why WH words are not just grammar, they are the conversation engines. Before you leave, I have a small challenge for you. In the comments below, write 5 questions using any WH words. I will read as many comments as possible. If you enjoyed today's lesson, then please like, share, and subscribe to Fluency Track. And don't miss our next episode where I will show you another simple technique which can make your English sound more natural and fluent. Until then, take care, keep asking questions. I am Biswajeet and see you in the next video.